Yes. Yes. Oh, man. What a win. What a win from this team. I mean, I think what I love the most about this is the fact that I tweet about Owen Tippett struggling to get open. And of course, he scores the overtime winner, and I love it. I love every second of it because I'm glad that he makes me look like an idiot. The Flyers win this one. 9-game point streak, another win. Oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good. And honestly, it's not even that I thought that Tippett had a bad game. I've said it throughout most of the year. It's just unfortunately just a bad time to tweet that, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. But man, what a win from this team. The lines stay the same. Forrester, Couturier, Konechny, Tippett, Frost, Brink, Farabee, Paling, and Atkins, and Ryan Paling with 2 goals tonight. Delorier, Lawton, and Hathaway, and then York and Risto, Sealer, and Walker, Zamula, and Stahl, and then Sam Urson in net, and he was very good in this one again for the Flyers. Okay. Where do I start here? I know I say that a lot, but I'm trying to figure out the best kind of spot because I actually really did like the later parts of this game for the Flyers. The first period wasn't great. First period, Nemec had a chance early. Flyers tried a couple flip passes. They were working on that in practice on Monday. Back and forth start. I felt like there was a long time without the first commercial break. It was around 12 minutes or so. Flyers did have a chance in front. It was a bouncing play. Forrester had a chance after that for the Flyers. I thought he looked good tonight. Forrester won a lot of puck battles, similar things that he's basically been doing all year. Really, from the stretch of goals that he had, he's kind of faded away a little bit from that. But from the most part, he's done all the little things. It's just scoring is the biggest thing. McLeod, he would make it 1-0 for New Jersey. Has 6 career goals and 5 of them are against the Flyers. That's just such an awful stat for us. And that makes me cringe, to be honest with you, because it just shows like how many guys get their first NHL goal or whatever, and like he's another one that just kind of adds to that list. He's so good on draws too. Jesus. Look, this one I think is a little different for me. I looked at this as, why is Zamula laying down? Both goals from New Jersey tonight led from the Flyers laying down in front of the net. I didn't love that, if I'm being honest with you. Sanheim's a bigger guy. I've said that before. Zamula's obviously a big dude. He's got a long stick. Like, I don't really see the point of laying down there, especially when you know that the pass can still get through. It's not like, he left the room. It's not like he really clogged anything. I don't know. I didn't love the idea of him laying down. Also, Ristolainen did get kind of taken over there, unfortunately. It's probably the one bad play Risto's made all year, unfortunately, for that. But the Flyers would tie it early in the second period. I thought it wasn't a horrible first period. They just needed to get a little more oomph in their game. Second period, Paling, what a pass from Farabee. My goodness. Beautiful play. I mean, just a beautiful give and go. Good read on Hughes, who I thought was horrific tonight for the Devils. I'll get to that in a little bit. It was absolutely horrible, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Paling, 1-1, beautiful pass. Again, like I said, give and go with him and Farabee. Beautiful shot, great feed, and Farabee was very good in the little details, stick play, all that stuff tonight. The Devils get the power play, minute 32 later, 2-1. Bratt scores, 2-1. In tight, I just said that twice. Tough bounce. Again, why are we laying down every play at the net? That's just not ideal. Ryan Paling does it again. 2-2. Flyers are coming right back at him. Really nice pass from Konechny. He was barking at Smith head for the goal. I love to see that. And again, like I said, 2-2. Really nice pass. Good finish from Paling, and the Flyers are right back in this one. I thought it was a good period. I thought they created enough offensively. I thought they generated more 5-on-5 in the second period than they did the first period. So good start. Flyers get a power play. It was a high stick for Hathaway. He drew that one. Couple looks. I didn't mind it. Then they get another one. It was a play where the Flyers almost scored right in front. Luke Hughes, trip on Lawton in front of the net. Again, couple good looks. Tippett had a few. Brink missed a rebound chance off of a shot from Walker, I believe. Off the top of my head, I didn't end up catching who shot it when I wrote it down, but I believe it was Walker because he was out there, and Tippett had a couple where they had him on the right side. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of ebbs and flows with the power play and kind of how it's been going throughout the year. They haven't really been able to sustain any of the good momentum that they've been able to put into it from the chances. Like, they've been getting a ton of chances through most of the year, and they've moved the puck well. They've had a lot of good, power plays where you've said, oh yeah, that was a really good power play, but like then it just doesn't generate into anything else. So unfortunately for the power play, that's still the one area that the Flyers are struggling in. But it was a good period. I thought they really took it to New Jersey throughout the end of that period too. So it was good to see that. And they go into the third, a little leaky early, chance early. I believe it was for Nemec in front. He had the one earlier in the first period as well. Frost just missed off the spin pay. He like kind of put it to. I love when Frost does that because it's not just like it's such a simple play, but he makes it turns like something into nothing essentially because he has no play. It's a left-hand shot. He's going along that side. Puck's kind of in his feet. He just spins it back the other way through his feet and turns around and rips it. I don't know if Vanacek got a piece of it. It just went wide, but it was a nice move, and it would have been nice to see a goal there for Frost. 2-on-1 for Coots and Konechny, really good play from Nemec. Gets down with the stick. I know the broadcast kind of highlighted that too, but I was like, man, that was such a nice play. And then the breakout up the other way. Farabee had a chance on a partial breakaway. Good stretch pass. Farabee had a couple plays tonight where he had a little bit of time. I think there's times when Farabee's a little too pass first. But when he has games like this, it's like you can kind of live with it because he has such a good pass. Again, like I said, really good in the little details in this one. Ristolainen had a good block shot on Hischier. Flyers get a power play. Hathaway got ran into the boards. It was a hook on ball. New York was a little too, lackadaisical there. Turned it over. Lazar is a shorthanded breakaway. Flyers didn't really do anything else with it when the first unit was out there. Forrester had a shot that went right into the chest of Vanacek. I kind of felt like the Devils were playing for OT a little bit, and then as soon as I wrote that, they had like that one shift later in the zone where Brott and I think it was Brott and Hughes or Maher, I can't remember who it was, but they were circling around the zone. Mostly Devils in this period with high danger chances up until that point, and when I was writing that, because they had a few in a row there. Tippett had a chance of a really nice read by Brink on Jack Hughes. It was a really good play because, again, Hughes was so bad tonight. I mean, I thought the Flyers defended him really well, but he has the turnover on the first goal. He throws it up the middle of the ice. Poehling gets the stick down. They send it back in front. Poehling scores off the Farabee feed 1-1. Then you get the overtime goal where he gets stripped from Tippett, and I'll get to the goal in a minute, but talking about Hughes, like he gets stripped, like, I don't know, it did not seem like the right Jack Hughes in this game, which is good for the Flyers because he's obviously a great player, but I was just like, wow, like he looked really off tonight, in my opinion. He's a guy that, I mean, I don't catch a ton of Devils games, obviously I don't like them, but from what I've seen, I was like, wow, this guy's been off tonight, and I thought the Flyers did a good job of playing up against him, and Coots and all that too. I'm sure he'll have a good next game, and this game kind of sets up a really good next game, which is the Stadium Series. So that's going to be a ton of fun. The Flyers keep making this interesting with how they keep winning and the points and the standings and all that. And I'll get to that here in a second, but we go to overtime. Flyers also now have the longest streak with fewer than 3 goals a game on the road, 13 games. That's a really good stat to have, and that's a franchise record now. Really, really nice to see that. And Owen Tippett, man. I mean, again, I look like a dummy because I tweet out that, Tippett struggling to get open. And I honestly thought he did. Like, I thought through most of the game, I thought Tippett really struggled to get open. But when you continued to kind of go throughout the game and you saw different plays like that, he gets open and makes the play off of Hughes, turning the puck over, and rips it high glove. Absolutely beautiful shot. And this is one that I'm honestly hoping that Tippett can kind of expand on a little bit. Because, I mean, he's played, again, the right side and all that stuff too, but this is game 31 for the Flyers right now. 31 games, 18 wins, 10 losses, 3 overtime losses, 39 points, still second in the Metropolitan Division, 7-1-2 in their last 10. They're 10-4-2 on the road, 8-6-1 at home, a plus 12 goal differential, and on a 30-game winning streak. this has been a really fun season so far, man. Really, really fun. And it's so good to see the guys that you'll want to score, from Tippett to Brink having good games. Farabee, Paling, who's, a signing in the middle of the offseason on a 1-year prove-it deal, and he comes in and he gets 2 goals tonight. Like, the little things are coming together for this team. It's, can they sustain it? Can they keep it going? Are the long breaks, like the Christmas break coming up, the All-Star game, is that going to affect with them when they have time off and stuff like that? Because the Flyers usually aren't good out of those breaks, so that's another thing to keep in mind. But, man, I mean, you really love to see how they're coming together. They really are, and just everything that they've been doing the past couple of weeks and the preparation going into the season, it's been great, and it really is good to see. And, obviously, you have to give credit to Torts, and again, like I said, I've been critical of Torts too at times, but you got to give credit to him for, sticking with the roster and the lineup and all that stuff too, and just, having these guys in the right position. And I think he's done a good job in pushing some buttons as well with some guys. Obviously I don't agree with all of it, but some of it I think is deserving at times. And I think for what he said about Frost and Atkinson was 100% true, and you need those guys to keep scoring. The more put up points. I think that's more on Atkinson than it is Frost, but I do think there are times when, you can expect a little bit more from guys. And with Tippett, it was like, all right, let's see what he can do. I'm like, and again, I'm not trying to pick on Tippett at all. I mean, he had a really good goal on the overtime goal. Beautiful play, makes it for himself. Beautiful shot. I mean, that's the shot that you want to see. That's the shot I haven't really seen this year. And that's why I tweeted that, because I'm like, he hasn't really been able to get himself open. Like last year, it felt like there were times where he could just kind of stand still, move out of the way, had more confidence in himself. I don't know if it's obviously the situational thing is that he's on the other side of the ice. That's probably part of it, but there are some goals where he's flying down the other side. Last year, we talked about that on Four Fly Guys as well. So there's a lot of little things, but I mean, man, what a fun game. I mean, what a good win. And obviously Jersey, it's going to set up a great stadium series. So we shall see. Thanks everybody again for all the support. As always, make sure to check out Maher Media for all of our Flyers content. My name is Chris, and I will talk to you all again soon.